Sähköautomiehet. Ei puhuta pakoputkista.
Tervetuloa sähköautomiesten pariin. Mä pyörähdin tuossa vähän aikaa sitten tuolla Rovaniemellä. Otin selvää, että mikä on Polestarin Snow Spacea ja mikä on Polestar Arctic Circle. YouTuben puolelta löytyy Sähköautomiehet-kanavalta nämä haastattelut videomuodossa, joten voitte käydä väijymässä sieltä. Siinä on myöskin hieman ekstra sisältöä. Tässä jaksossa haastattelen pariakin ihmistä. Ensimmäisenä on Martin Österberg, joka on Polestar Finlandin Head of Marketing, eli Polestarin markkinointimiehiä. Ja sen jälkeen äärimmäisen mielenkiintoinen tuttavuus, nimittäin Joakim Rydholm, joka on Polestarin Chief Test Engineer. Mutta sen pidemmittä puheitta käydäänpä kuuntelemaan, mitä miehillä on kerrottavaa. Meillä on mukana täällä Polestarilta Martin Österberg. Terve.
Terve. Ilo olla mukana.
Kiitos, että kutsuitte. Ollaan nimittäin Rovaniemellä ja käytiin tuossa aiemmin päivällä tutustumassa mihin?
Meidän Snow Space autonäyttelytila, joka on siis pohjoisin Space-tila, mikä on tehty tänne Rovaniemelle.
Se oli aika päräyttävä mesta. Kyseessä nimittäin semmoinen, voisiko sanoa lumikuutio, johon on sorvattu näyttelytila sisällä. Ja tää on 12 metriä per sivu, eikö niin?
Kyllä joo, 12 kuutometriä, eli 12 ja 64 neliöä sisältä. Ja aika massiivinen tietenkin rakennelma, mutta tehty siten, että kestää ja pysyy. Mutta tosiaan tilapäinen rakennelma, eli 26. päivä helmikuuta saakka ja sitten sen jälkeen se puretaan. Eli lumi on tullut Ounasvaaran hiihtokeskuksesta ja sieltä se on kuljetettu paikan päälle tänne tavallaan Aalto-rakennukseen eteen tähän Aalto-keskukseen niin sanotusti, mihin tämä on rakennettu. Ja tiivissä yhteistyössä Rovaniemen kaupungin kanssa tätä on tehty. Ja kuljetukseen sitten ollaan myös käytetty sitten sähkörekkaa, eli huomioitu myöskin, että tavallaan niin kuin vastuullisuus kulkee lähtökohtaisesti tietenkin materiaalista, mikä on lumi, ja myöskin sen kuljetuksesta ja sitten sen palauttamisesta. Eli lumi palautuu takaisin Ounasvaaraan, missä se säilytään kesä yli, ja se palvelee tavallaan sitten hiihtäjiä ensi kauden alussa.
Okei, se on siisti. Ihan mielenkiintoista vaan, mistä ne rekat sitten löytyy?
No ne itse asiassa löytyi Scanialta. Eli Scania heillä on sähkörekka, joka sitten heidän kun kontaktoitiin, niin heitä kiinnosti myöskin tämä projekti. Ja sitä kautta myöskin ehkä vähän testaa, miten sähkörekka toimii täällä ja ennen kaikkea, miten se toimii lumenkuljetuksessa ja pakkasolosuhteissa täällä pohjoisessa.
Joo. No, se oli aika vaikuttava näky, kun siihen aamulla tultiin, oli vielä pimeätä tai vähintäänkin hämärää. Ja kun näkee livenä ensimmäisen kerran 12 metriä korkean, ei nyt lumilinna, mutta lumirakennelma, niin se on aika säväyttävä näky.
Se on hieno näköinen lumiteos ja tosiaan musta tuntuu, meillä on Suomessa paljon tämmöistä osaamista, mikä tietenkin maailmalla kiinnostaa ja myöskin ehkä mikä nyt voisi olla myöskin vientituote. Toki ehkä vähän rajattuna, että mihin maahan sitä voi viedä, että missä voi rakentaa lumesta, mutta tavallaan niin lumiosaaminen on ihan huippuluokkaa Suomessa.
Mikä firma sen rakensi?
Siinä taustalla on semmoinen kuin Frozen Innovation täältä pohjoisesta on yritys, joka on erikoistunut tavallaan lumirakentamiseen. Ihan äärettömän kovia ammattilaisia lumirakentamisessa.
Eli jos tarvitsette jotain lumirakennelmia, niin ottakaa sinne yhteyttä. Mutta tämä Snow Space, se on siis Polestarin näyttelytila ja siellä oli Polestar 2 esillä. Mutta sitten siellä on myöskin jäästä tehtyjä veistoksia. Kerropa niistä vähän.
Kyllä, eli tämä Space-tilahan meillä on 150 näitä ympäri maailmaa, yleensä suurkaupungeissa ja keskustan niin kuin ytimessä. Ja tässä Space-tilassahan tavallaan se toimii meillä niin kuin näyttelytilana, koska taas myyntihän tapahtuu verkon kautta puhtaasti. Mutta se on tapa asiakkaalla päästä lähemmäksi meidän tuotteita ja oikeasti Space-tiloissa on vannen näkyvillä ja iskuvaimen ja jarrulevy ja jarrusatula tavallaan näyttelykappale. Ja nämä teokset tai näistä samoista asioista on tehty yksi replikat sitten jäästä ja pohjoisesta. Täällä on sitten jäänveistäjiä, jotka on tehnyt ihan yksi yhteen vanteen ja ihan yksi yhteen Polestarin iskuvaimen, öljynsä iskuvaimentimeen ja jarrusatulan Brembon.
Jos olette tulossa Rovaniemen suunnalle tässä tammi-helmikuun aikana, käykää ihmeessä tsekkaamassa Polestarin Snow Spacea. Kiitos. Kiitos Martin. Ja nyt lähdetään sitten hieman eri henkilöä jututtamaan aiheen tiimoilta.
Kiitos paljon.
Tämä on sähkösanoma Oulun baarista. Nyt voit ladata sähköautosi uusilla nopeilla suurteholatureillamme. Sähköistä matkaa. Toivoo Oulun baari.
Moottoritieltä käännöin Oulun baariin.
Janne Pohjantähdeltä moro. Varmasti kilpailukykyiset vakuutukset sähköautosi, kotisi, lemmikkisi, läheistesi ja sinun itsesi turvaksi. Laita postia janne.tapio@pohjantahti.fi ja varaudu yllättymään iloisesti.
Antti laturille.shop verkkokaupasta terve. Meiltä latauslaitteet ja kaapelit, joita itse käyttäisimme. Laturille.shop. Laturille.shop. Nyt mulla on täällä vieraana Joakim Rydholm Polestarilta. Hello Joakim.
Hello, nice to be here.
It's great to have you here. First of all, what is your title at Polestar?
Oh yeah, I'm Chief Test Engineer, which means I'm testing cars and especially chassis. And I'm a part of the tuning team that we try to create a Polestar DNA, how a Polestar should feel and behave.
Yeah.
So that's my job.
Okay. What about your history before Polestar? What did you do before Polestar?
When I was 16 years old, I did my first race in folk race. And I started building my car, my racing car or a competition car, when I was 15 years old. And since that day I had passion for cars. So I've been competing with different kind of cars, rally cars, racing cars. And I did my study and become an engineer. So I've done a university study and as a mechanical engineer. And after that I started working at Saab.
Really?
Yes.
My first car was Saab 900.
Yeah. Which model year?
85.
All right. That's what before I was there. But I was working as the chassis department and was a part of the chassis team, a member of the chassis team, and tune dampers, shock absorbers, tires, anti-roll bar, bushings, and I start with 900, 93, 95, and I was 10 years when I learned a lot.
Yeah.
And then I changed to Volvo, and we're a member or part of the chassis team there. And during that period, I started working with Polestar as well, and tuned the Polestar cars. And 2018, Polestar and Volvo go different ways.
Yeah.
It became two companies, and I continue working at Polestar. But we are working very close with Volvo. It's like a mother for us.
Yeah.
We share experience and knowledge, and we work very close together. But since 2018 I work at Polestar, and I did a tuning at Polestar 1, the chassis tuning there, and also with Polestar 2, the car I've been testing today, and also with 3 and 4. So that's what I'm doing in my career.
Actually, I think it was 2019, 18-19 winter. Mm-hmm. I visited Jokkmokk.
Yeah.
And I saw Polestar 1 and 2.
For the first time?
For the first time at the hotel parking lot. You were probably there.
I was there because we had, in the beginning, we had one Polestar 1, and I was follow that around the world for different testing. So if the car was there, I was there. And it was very good experience, and the car the team created is just magic. And we spent a lot of time up in north of Sweden for testing, because if it works up in the winter condition, it works everywhere. So we, in the beginning, I would say beginning of December, we go up there and start testing. And end of March we stop testing, because the thickness of ice is not good enough. So we have to stop. But that's one of the key for a Polestar, doing winter test, because an EV car should work in minus 35 degrees without problem.
Absolutely.
And I have done a lot of cold starts. Go in the car, just push the button and go straight out. And I must say it works really well. And in 2 minutes time you have the front window clean, and you just continue driving and the car is silent.
Yeah. That is exactly what people don't believe, that EVs are really good winter cars.
Yes, and because we don't have any combustion engine, which creates a lot of noise, we need to have interior and everything quiet in minus 35 degrees. So that's guarantee the quality in the car. There is no squeak or rattle. We have done that because we cannot cover it with other noise from engine or something. So therefore EV car works very well if you do the winter test.
I have an American car, and I have all that squeaking and extra noises, so I know what you mean.
No, but it's very important to do that.
Absolutely. Well, it must be an insanely huge project to build a new car like Polestar 2. If you should name one thing that was the most important thing to you when creating it Polestar 2, what would that thing be?
This question is a huge question.
I know.
I spent 2 years before the car was launched, driving around in different test tracks and in the area. And you know, when you tune springs, for example, you test a lot of different springs, and suddenly you get the feeling, there you have this balance in the spring with the springs. Tuning dampers, we have been testing more than 100 different combination in the shock absorber before we find the right one, which said, there we have it. And tires, we've been working close together with the Continental for Polestar 2 and test a lot of different tires, and they have create new specification unique for Polestar, and we've done that for 1.5 years until we find the correct specification. And then all these components, I would say springs, shock absorber, bushings, anti-roll bar, come together to one piece that you feel that I'm the driver, and the car just is so easy to drive, and I feel the confidence in the car. That's the thing. So it's more like harmony in the car. That's what I'm really proud of, how easy it is to drive and fun to drive. Maybe you have noticed that during the day, that you drive and the car is just doing what you want. You don't need to fight with the car or against the car. You just sit relaxed, driving on ice with very low friction, but you feel, it feels much better when I should walk on the ice. I can just play. So that feeling, or balance, the harmony in the car, that's the thing I'm most proud over.
Okay, I totally
in this
understand.
project. Yeah, you do. That's good.
Well, of course there is no such thing as a perfect car.
No.
So if you could change something or add something to Polestar 2, what would that be?
That's part of my job as an engineer. Always try to find a new thing, a new touch. Try to create a good car even better. And right now I'm very happy with the car and how it performs, because when we start this project, of course, we found things which this is not good enough.
Yeah.
We need to improve it. But the management at Polestar and Thomas Ingelat, of course, they are listening and they want to create a car which is so good. So if we have a problem, we go to them and we have a good discussion, and I mean, the car is good. So right now I don't know what to improve. But of course, I always try to find new things. And one example is the BST 270 there.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know if you know something about that, but...
Yes, I know. I know actually a guy who ordered one.
Okay. Yeah. And the story behind there, and it
But
shows...
you didn't answer my question.
Oh, I didn't. I tried to find the next one. You noticed that. No, but the car we produced, let's say 2 years ago, have been updated, because we constantly have a discussion with our customer, got feedback, and we listen to that and try to improve it. So range have been improved, because there were, in the beginning, people want a little bit more. So now we have improved range. The heating system want a little bit more. We have improved that. So right now I'm very happy with the car and how it behaves and how it works. So I don't know what to improve.
But about the improvements, preheating for battery and
more power,
charging power, charging curve, those were improved. But more power.
Yeah, that's.
Can you never have enough?
No.
Yeah.
You always need more.
So is that something you would like to add?
Yeah, but actually, when we did the BST 270, we go from 300 to 350 kilowatts. And now you can order that as an option to performance.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Over the air, you can update your car with 50 kilowatts.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
So that was like fixed already.
Yeah. But, but we continue working. So next year when you do an interview, maybe I can say, we did that during the last year. And no, but at Polestar, you're always trying to improve things and find new angle and new take on things. So it's constant improvement. But the car right now is working very well.
But now you can tell me more about the BST 270.
Yeah, but it's a nice story, and it shows the way it works at Polestar, because, as I said, I've been at many different companies, but at Polestar, you're allowed to go outside the box. And this BST 270 is a sample of that. To Thomas Ingelat, our CEO, he has, of course, a Polestar 2, but he wants to have a little bit special touch. So we lowered that 25 millimeters. We took front tires from Polestar 1. Yeah. So we increased the size to 21 inch, a little bit wider tires. We put on bigger brakes, stiffen up the chassis a little. And he was using this car as his company car, driving around in Gothenburg. And for Goodwood 2021, he said, we should have a special car, do something unique. So we create experimental car too, and that car was based on the work we have done in his car. Okay. So we put parts from his car and put it into the experimental 2 car and show it at Goodwood. And Goodwood is I would say, probably Europe's biggest and best event. It starts 7 o'clock in the morning, ends 7 o'clock in the evening, so it's 12 hours. And people, they are there 7 o'clock in the morning and talking about cars. And we parked the experimental 2 in our area, and people were stopping and looking at the car, discussing the car. The interest for that car was huge. When we were driving up the hill, people were just watching and taking pictures. And the response we got from the audience was just put it in production. But no, this is one of the kind. It's a special parts and everything. But when we come back from Goodwood after vacation, Thomas said, put it in production. And I'm, okay, now I have to work. And we start working.
Yeah.
And 2022, 1 year after we showed the car in public, I drove it up the hill, and it was production car.
Really?
So we have now sold 270 cars with that specification.
What's up with that number, 270?
It's a good question, but you need to choose a number, because when you do a project like this, you need to know how many cars you should produce. So it could be 100, it could be 500, but we choose 270. It's
okay,
yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah, but it's I think that's a good volume, and with the experience we have today, maybe we should say 500, but we said 270, and now we have done 270,
okay.
And they are sold out.
Yeah, it happened quite fast.
Yes.
Ja tähän loppuun sitten vielä kiitokset meidän patroneillemme, erityisesti pääsponsorimme Jussi Jaurola, valtavan suuri kiitos, sekä sponsorimme Harri Jokinen, Harri Ruuttila ja Miikka Tuomola. Unohtamatta muita patroneita: Antti Tuominen, Jimi Voutilainen, John-Erik Sivula, Martti Saksala, Anssi Alanampa, Antti Annala, Antti Sonne, Ari Hyvänen, Ari Laakso, Aurinkosähkömies, Heikki Silvennoinen, Jani Kärki, Jani Sinimaa, Janne Tolvanen, Jussi Hietala, Kalle Holma, Kari Asikainen, Marko Vileen, Matti Jouhkimo, Matti Karumaa, Miikka Karhuluoma, Mika Keskiheikkilä, Mika Reinikka, Mikko Kaltiokallio, Niko Anttila, Niko Ostrov, Olli Vähätalo, Oskar Kaarsson, Sauli ja Samuel Juslin, Timo Välenoja, Vikke Niskanen ja Ville Viittanen. Kiitos.
Sähköautomiehet. Ei puhuta pakoputkista.